I want to take a quick moment and tell you about the updates and changes that are part of the FM Starting Point 2020 release. Now, FM Starting Point is the free FileMaker CRM. In fact, it's the most popular CRM for the FileMaker platform. Now, at the time of this video, the previous release of FM Starting Point was version 7. This new version would be called 8. However, we're going to change the numbering to match the year. So it's FM Starting Point 2020, which more easily tells you when it came out and more directly what version of FileMaker it should be attached to. Now, the next important thing to understand is that to use Starting Point 20, you really need the version of FileMaker that came out in the year 2020, and that's currently 19, although maybe it'll be 20 at some point. So conceptually, the idea would be that 20 matches 20, right? Makes sense? So that should keep things much simpler. Now, in terms of specific features and upgrades, the calendar system that's part of FM Starting Point has been upgraded because of some new capabilities in the latest release of FileMaker. Specifically, we're not using Open URL protocol anymore to interact with the calendar. We're using some direct communications back and forth, and that allows the calendar to be much more reliable. Additionally, the calendar will now work in WebDirect because of these improvements. So the calendar is more reliable on Pro and Go, and now it'll actually work on WebDirect, which is really cool. Now, additionally, we had our user design architect, Nick Hunter, review Starting Point 20 to make sure that it's going to meet the needs of WebDirect users. He's reviewed it, and he has certified it as ready to use for WebDirect. And what does that mean for you? Well, the calendar works. Additionally, there is card style support now with WebDirect, which is great. So if you're stuck on an Android device and you need access to FM Starting Point, you get a better experience. It's really awesome. We've made a number of additional bug fixes along the way. We fixed the PayPal processing system. That's part of the Starting Point enhanced version. We've also fixed a number of bugs in invoicing and barcodes and project management as well. So let's talk briefly about the versions of FM Starting Point. First off, we have 4 localizations of FM Starting Point. They all happen to be English, but we've customized them specifically to the region or the country region. So we have a North American English. We also have a UK English, right? Which means the date and time is a little different, and it's set up to use pounds sterling. Then there's also a EU English, which is for euros, right? So we've already done the work on that. That's pretty awesome. We've had a lot of people asking about an Australia English version, so we did that as well. And each of these has slight different modifications to take into account taxing the processes of sales tax or VAT, because different regions do things differently. And all 4 of these regions actually are a little different. So we're helping to make your life better and faster. Just pick the region that's specific to you. Now, you can get the basic version of FM Starting Point totally free at the FM Starting Point website. You can download it. There's no charge or obligation. It's totally unlocked and it's ready for you to use on your next project. If you buy our training bundle, which comes with a full version of FileMaker 19, then you're also going to get FM Starting Point Enhanced. Has additional capabilities and additional features which are great. So if you have questions about what the enhanced features include, check out the FM Starting Point website and press the button to check out the versions and you can see this information. Now, lastly, we have kind of a big announcement. It's important to understand that FM Starting Point is designed for high-speed performance over the cloud with lots of simultaneous users. We've actually shot many videos where we tried to actually melt down or break FM Starting Point, and it's really difficult to overwhelm it and overload it, especially if you're using FileMaker Pro as clients or FileMaker Go users as clients. You can easily support hundreds of users on one copy of FM Starting Point with millions of records on one good Amazon server. However, Claris is starting to talk about FileMaker as being an enterprise level platform. And for most people, when you talk about enterprise, that means clustering and replication. If you don't know what those terms are, then you're probably not doing too much work in the enterprise. For those of you who understand what I'm talking about, we have a modified version of FM Starting Point specifically designed to address the enterprise. That means that the primary keys of the product are set up to be UUIDs. More importantly, this means that that version of Starting Point is out of the box ready to work with MirSync. MirSync is a synchronization software available from 360works. So if you want to take the FileMaker platform and really make it enterprise, you're going to need servers that replicate. In order to do replication with servers, you have to get the third-party product from 360works called MirSync. That allows for server-to-server replication. FM Starting Point, basically our enterprise version, is available on our website and is really the same as the other versions, except that we've changed the way the primary keys work a little bit. So if you're new to FileMaker and you're wanting to train and learn about the FileMaker process, just use the normal version of FM Starting Point. However, if you're trying to start with an application that's immediately going to be used by 500 or 1,000 people simultaneously, and you're going to need to deploy this worldwide, then you need to look at the enterprise version. Just understand that it's a little bit harder to grasp relational concepts and ideas if you're looking at the enterprise version. It's a function of training. So do you need enterprise horsepower for thousands of people, or do you need the CRM for up to 400 or 500 people, which is really easier to understand? And so that's really the decision-making process with that release. And so we plan on having videos available that will talk about FileMaker and deployments and replication in a real-world environment. It's really awesome. We're very excited about this, and it allows us to actually bring FileMaker to the enterprise. So instead of just talking about the enterprise, we're actually doing it, which is really cool. And of course, that's in cooperation with the folks at 360works who make great FileMaker utilities and accessories for the platform. Really mission critical technology. So that's it for this video. Get your copy of FM Starting Point at fmstartingpoint.com.